Yep. Thank you, Speaker. You got it right again. I'm proud to rise to speak today on Bill 193, an act to prohibit door-to-door sales of certain products. And I'm glad that my colleague on this side of the House talked about some of the issues. We're talking legislation about major items, and the definition of major items, of course, comes under some scrutiny, and especially when something with the passage of this bill opens things up for much more than we're actually talking about today, and that's dangerous. Door-to-door sales is a very large industry in this province. Is used for lots of different roles. You look at businesses that are starting out. They may not be ready just yet to open up a retail outlet. The cost of operating a business and office in this province has become very expensive under this government. We look at the payroll taxes. Maybe they're not ready to hire somebody yet. You start out, you don't have a lot of capital. Cost of heating in this province is about to skyrocket as the government is either going to abolish formally the use of natural gas or just tax it out of existence. They like the tax idea because they do get that money back. So there are different ways of doing things, and we really have to look at business in this province. It is very challenging today. If you're into a building, you likely, your property taxes are the second highest in North America. They're promoting electricity, of course, that's the highest in North America, and it makes it very hard to make a profit. I know my dad back in the early '60s, before the idea of supply management came in, sold seed door to door to local farmers. Will that be outlawed? I mean, that could be a major investment to farmers these days. I mean, corn is generally sold by distributors that go door to door, and the corn contract's up around for the seed $100,000 easily or more for a product each year. So those are things that we should be looking at trying to help people. There's no question there needs to be restrictions. I know they brought in Bill 55. I think that went quite far, especially with hot water heaters. We were looking at the ability to put a cooling off period, 20 days for hot water heaters. I guess the member doesn't feel that legislation was effective. But outright bans taking away people's employment is very dangerous, and we see that every year our bankruptcies are going up, and the last thing we want to do is see them legislated in place, and that's what this bill will do. And there's lots of things, as I say, we can work at educating the customer, giving them more rights, but outright bans are dangerous, and I think that we need to move forward, work with on the education, work on different roles of protecting the consumer, and not just on major appliance, but on many things. A protective consumer, an informed consumer, is always the best route. It allows for flexibility, it allows for the industry to grow, and hopefully get large enough that they have their own retail outlets, and especially in the trades, very hard to go out and purchase a large business. People like to start small and build big, and that's kind of the history of this province. So thanks very much for the opportunity of speaking today, Speaker.